I want to start today with a concept that is, frankly, a little terrifying.
Okay.
We all know betrayal is a choice.
Right.
Nobody wakes up hoping for heartbreak.
Right. Of course not.
But, very dangerous question. What if some people are walking around with a giant invisible target on their backs?
It's the question nobody wants to answer. I mean, it suggests that, without even realizing it, there are these specific personality archetypes that are just, well, statistically more likely to get cheated on.
And that feels so risky to even say out loud.
It does.
Because it sounds like we're about to veer straight into victim blaming. So before we even touch the 5 types, we have to clear the air. Are we saying it's their fault?
No.
Because if my partner cheats, that's on them, isn't it?
Absolutely. And I'm glad you pulled the emergency brake there because we need to be crystal clear on this.
Okay.
Betrayal is a character flaw of the betrayer. Full stop.
Yeah.
If someone cheats, they are the villain in that story. They broke the vow.
But there's a but coming.
There's a but. So we need to stop looking at relationships in a vacuum and start looking at them as an ecosystem.
An ecosystem. That's an interesting way to put it. Unpack that for me.
Well, think of it like a biological climate. The cheater is 100% responsible for the pollution they introduce. The lies, the betrayal, that's all on them.
Right.
But we also have to look at the environment itself. Are we, inadvertently creating a climate where honesty struggles to breathe? Or, on the flip side, an ecosystem where cheating becomes an attractive escape route or just surprisingly easy to get away with?
So it's not about blame, it's about conditions. Like, you can't control the rain, but you can build a house that withstands the storm.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, let's get into the machinery of this. Type 1. And honestly, I think a lot of us have been this person at some point. The people pleaser.
Or the much harsher nickname, the doormat.
I've also seen it called Saint Yes a lot.
That's the one.
And we're not just talking about being a nice person.
Yeah.
Right? Being nice is good.
No, nice is healthy. It's pathological agreeableness. The people pleaser believes deep down that they have to earn their space in the relationship through constant service.
So they never argue. They have no opinion on dinner.
0 opinions. Because what if they pick the wrong place? Their entire world is wrapped up in making their partner comfortable.
The case study they used, Sarah, it was actually painful to read. She pays half his rent, does his laundry, cooks these 3-course meals. But the kicker for me was that she apologizes when he's in a bad mood.
That's the red flag. That's where nice just crosses over into neurotic.
So why? What's the psychology there?
It's not actually selflessness. It's what psychologists call a covert contract.
A covert contract.
It's an unspoken agreement that only exists in her head. The thinking is, if I do everything perfectly, if I sacrifice all my needs for you, then you owe me loyalty. You can't leave me because look at everything I do.
But the partner never signed that contract.
Exactly. And here's the brutal truth. When you act like a servant, you just destroy the partnership dynamic. You're not equals anymore. You're building a fan club.
And the partner is the celebrity.
Right. And what's the dynamic there? Fans get autographs, maybe a selfie. They don't get loyalty. They don't get real intimacy.
So Sarah thinks she's being the perfect angel, but she's actually creating a power imbalance that just kills attraction.
It kills respect first. Then attraction follows. If you're a doormat, you become, one-dimensional. You're flat. There's no challenge, no friction. A partner gets bored and goes looking for someone with a spine.
Someone who actually says no sometimes.
Exactly. If you lay down like a doormat, don't be surprised when people wipe their feet on you.
It's tragic. Okay, let's swing the pendulum completely to the other side.
Yeah.
Type 2. The insecure detective.
Ah, yes. The J. Edgar Hoover of the relationship.
This is all high anxiety, low self-esteem. The case study is Mike. Mike loves his wife, but he's checking her Snap Map constantly.
Demanding to see DMs.
Right. If she laughs at a waiter's joke, he's sulking for hours. The accusations are wild. He's accusing her of flirting with everyone from the mailman to the guy on a billboard.
It's exhausting just to hear about it.
But isn't it sometimes good to be a little vigilant? Trust but verify.
Trust but verify is for nuclear arms treaties, not for your marriage. The core psychological engine here is the self-fulfilling prophecy.
Okay, what does that mean in this context?
Mike is terrified of being betrayed. It's his deepest fear. But the very strategy he uses to prevent it, the constant accusations, the surveillance, it actually creates the exact outcome he's trying to avoid.
How? Is it just that she gets so annoyed she leaves?
It's so much deeper than annoyance. It's about her identity. Imagine you're Mike's wife, you're loyal, you've done nothing wrong. But every single day, you are put on trial.
Constantly having to prove a negative. I didn't do anything.
It creates something called identity fatigue. Eventually, the brain just snaps. The thought process shifts from, I'm innocent, to, you know what, I'm already doing the time, I might as well commit the crime.
That is terrifying. The accusation itself becomes the permission.
It becomes the incentive. The cheating here often isn't about finding someone better. It's about escape. It's about finding someone who treats you like an adult, not a suspect. Mike literally pushes her away by holding on too tight.
Handcuffs aren't a hugging strategy.
It's so true. You cannot control someone into loving you. Security comes from trust, not surveillance. If you act like a warden, your partner's going to start planning a prison break.
Okay, so we've got the doormat and the detective. Let's move to type 3. This one. I feel like society actually celebrates this person. The ghost or the workaholic.
The hustler. On paper, this person is an amazing catch. Ambitious, successful, building an empire.
Parents love them. But in the relationship, the source calls them a hologram. Physically there, but mentally,
Yeah.
they checked out hours ago.
Let's talk about David, the case study. He's a CEO, provides this amazing lifestyle, buys his wife diamond earrings for her birthday, but
He misses the birthday dinner for a conference call.
there it is. He thinks providing resources is the same as providing love.
And a lot of people fall into that trap. The logic is, I'm doing all this for us, for our future. Why doesn't that land as love?
Because we have emotional needs that are just as real as hunger. We need to feel seen. David is providing what's called instrumental support, the money, the house, but he's starving his partner of emotional support.
And if you starve someone long enough,
They go to a restaurant.
that's a powerful way to put it.
Yeah.
The cheating isn't even malicious at first. It's survival.
And this is what always blows the David types away. When his wife cheats, it's almost never with a richer guy. It's with the guy at the gym who drives a beat-up Honda and has no career prospects.
That has to drive him crazy. I gave you a mansion, and you chose the guy with the Honda.
But what does the Honda guy have?
Time.
Presence. He looks her in the eye, he listens. David provided the house, but this other guy provided the home.
You just can't automate a relationship.
No, a laptop cannot cuddle you at night. The sad irony is that for the workaholic, their job is the real spouse. The actual partner becomes the mistress, getting the scraps of time between meetings, and nobody is satisfied with scraps forever.
Wow. Okay, so that brings us to type number 4. And this one just frustrated me. The ostrich.
The blind truster. The head in the sand approach.
This is just pathological naivety. The examples were almost funny. We have Lisa. Her husband comes home at 2 a.m. smelling of cheap perfume and covered in glitter.
And his excuse.
I fell into a Sephora display. And she accepts it. Or finding a second phone and believing it's for photos of his grandmother.
It sounds like a bad sitcom, but the psychology is actually really sad. It's a defense mechanism. It's denial.
So she's not stupid, she's scared.
Terrified. So scared of conflict, so scared of the relationship ending, that her brain literally rewrites reality to keep the peace.
But how does that create the ecosystem for cheating? You'd think a partner would feel guilty.
You would hope. But cheaters are often opportunists. Think about it. If they know you will never check, never question, never leave, where's the consequence?
You've made it safe for them to betray you.
You've made it safe. And worse, it kills their respect for you. They don't see it as trust. They see it as negligence. Or they think you're pathetic for believing the lie. They feel like they can get away with murder, so they just keep pushing.
It's the difference between trust and blindness. If it quacks like a duck, don't let it tell you it's a cat.
Exactly. Real trust requires your eyes to be wide open. Blindness is just refusing to deal with what's right in front of you.
All right, we're down to the last one, type 5. And this is the polar opposite of the detective.
Yeah.
This is the emotional wall.
The avoidant. The strong and silent type.
This person prides themselves on being low maintenance, hyper independent. They see vulnerability as like gross or weak.
The case study is Tom. Tom thinks he's the perfect boyfriend because he's steady. No drama, no yelling, but he's an iceberg. His girlfriend tries to share her dreams or her fears.
A bid for connection.
Yes, a bid for connection, and Tom just shuts it down with one word. Cool. Okay.
It's like talking to a wall. But he probably thinks he's being a rock for her, right?
He thinks he's a rock, but he's a stone wall.
Yeah.
And that leads to emotional abandonment. People get into relationships to feel connected. It's why we do it. If one person is a statue, the other just feels rejected over and over again.
And this is where the cheating often starts differently, right? Not just physical.
Almost always starts as an emotional affair. The lonely partner finds a coworker, a friend, someone who just gets them. Someone who asks, "How are you, really?" and actually waits for the answer.
That connection must feel like water in the desert.
Precisely. And once that emotional bond is there, the physical part often follows. The partner cheats to feel seen, to feel human again. The whole strong, silent thing works in the movies. In a real relationship, silence is just another word for lonely.
So Tom thinks he's safe because there's no drama, but he's creating an emotional vacuum that someone else is bound to fill.
And nature abhors a vacuum.
Okay, let's take a breath. People pleaser, detective, ghost, ostrich, emotional wall. It's a heavy list. I want to circle back to what we said at the start, because I'm sure some listeners are feeling a little called out right now.
Which is a totally natural reaction.
Right. So if you recognize yourself in one of these, if you're thinking, oh God, I've been the ghost, does that mean you deserve what happens?
No. I will say it until I am blue in the face. You are never responsible for someone else's decision to betray you. But what this is about is agency.
It's about understanding that you have a hand in shaping the ecosystem of your relationship.
Exactly. Acknowledging these patterns isn't about taking blame. It's about taking back control. If you are a doormat or a detective or a ghost, you are creating conditions where a healthy relationship is going to struggle to survive.
And you either attract toxic people who exploit that, or you suffocate good people who might have stayed.
That's the choice.
So what's the pivot? How do we become impossible to replace?
It's about finding the balance, the golden mean between all these extremes. You want to be a secure partner.
Meaning?
Meaning don't be a doormat. Have boundaries. Respect yourself first. Don't be a detective. Cultivate real trust. Don't be a ghost. Be present. Put the phone away. Don't be an ostrich. Be aware. Trust your gut. And please, don't be a wall. Be vulnerable. Let them in.
It sounds like the goal is simply to be a partner who adds immense value.
High value. You want to create an ecosystem where a good person thrives and a toxic one gets identified and weeded out early.
Impossible to replace. That's the mantra. Be the partner that adds so much value, personally, emotionally, that losing you would be the dumbest thing they could ever do.
That is the best insurance policy there is.
This has been a fascinating, if a little scary, deep dive. Hopefully it's the kind of wake-up call that saves a few heartbreaks.
I hope so. It's better to see the target on your back so you can take it off yourself.
Exactly. Take the target off, build a real home, and trust your gut, not the Sephora display excuse.
Please, never the Sephora display excuse.
Thanks for listening. Go assess your ecosystem. We'll catch you next time.